Hello. Hi. How y'all doing? I'm gonna take this time at the beginning of the stream to talk to the people that tend not to watch until after the stream's over. How y'all doing? You doing good? I'm glad. Some updates. I have monetization again. I'm not humble bragging. I'm just saying I'm part of the capitalist machine again. So, yeah, that's just all I want to say about that. So, and to get monetization, I had to delete like 45 of my videos, and I will be editing them and re-uploading them. So your subscription box is about to get hella annoying. That's fine. And I think that's it. I think that's it. Oh, also, I'm probably gonna have another video tomorrow. That's basically it. That's all I wanted to say about the little first minute update. I hope the people that don't watch live know to skip like the first 2 minutes to get into what they want to get. I'm hoping that's what's gonna happen, or has happened. Anyways, how's everyone doing? Let's wait for more people to come in here. See this little chitter chatter happen. Hi Rado, welcome to the stream. Hello Jeff. How's everyone doing? I'm hoping my audio. I didn't check the audio from the last stream because I refused to watch it. So I don't know if it's actually good. But hopefully it was good. I hope most people could at least stand it enough to hear words that I was saying. Your indoor plants haven't died. I don't trust myself with any indoor plants. It's good to have them because air, but I don't trust myself. I don't know how I, keep myself alive at any given time, to be honest. So I'm just gonna wait until the 3-minute mark and then let's talk about this video. Killed so many pitcher plants. Exactly. No one has even I think giving someone a plant as like a gift or something is just really rude. Like, unless it's flowers are gonna die, that's fine. But and also I love the look of dead roses, so I keep dead roses around forever. But don't give me a plant. You don't give me responsibilities. It's so rude. And the aesthetic is good, but you can get the aesthetic with fake plants, though. You can get that aesthetic with fake plants. They're doing so much to them now. They don't look just waxy and plasticky all the time, unless they're supposed to. In which case, I grew up thinking some plants were fake in nature because they were waxy looking, and I didn't have any comprehension. But that tells a lot about me, I'm pretty sure. Just pure plant is what makes you domestic. Sure. Okay, let's get into the episode, because I kind of want to, not that I don't love you guys, but I do want to get the stream over with as quickly as possible so I can turn on my fans again, because it's getting so warm. It's September and it's still fucking hot, and I can't fucking stand it. I did learn to actually seal off my room though, so that's good. First thing I want to talk about when it comes to this episode of Dragula is that it was impossible to find. I don't know what Amazon is doing. It is 100% Amazon's fault. What are they doing? How come they can't simply put an episode on the page that you want to find the episode? They're making it impossible for anyone just to simply watch the show that I'm not certain people have signed up for to just specifically watch the show, but it's pretty bad. I never experienced like watching an Amazon Prime show because I don't really know of any Amazon Prime shows. But seriously, how are they so bad at getting shows up? It's ridiculous. It's so bad. Amazon may as well be homophobic. They're terrible in so many other ways. Let's look at my notes. I also took shitty notes this week. I don't know what it was. It's because the direct was last night and I spent all night editing instead of writing notes for the episode. That's why. Well, basically the first beginning of this episode was talking about violencia. And I'm like, God, they're spending so much time about this one person that already went home that I don't think is necessary for the conversation. Like, do you need to talk so much shit about someone that's already gone because they didn't do a challenge? A challenge that clearly everyone in that room was like, it's not my favorite thing. Like, I'm glad I don't have to do it. And also, some people were visibly scared of spiders last episode and visibly scared of staples. So I don't know what their whole thing is with jumping out of a plane being easy for them when they are scared of every other thing that has been done on the show so far. That was ridiculous to me. And I was like, this is so unnecessary. Y'all don't need to gang up on this girl. And then I have another question about this beginning scene. What are they even doing here? What are they doing in this boudoir? Because, like, some of them are sewing. So, like, clearly they have an idea of what the challenge is already. I'm positive. But then they're sewing stuff. But, like, I took a look. It didn't look like anything they sewed was incorporated into the actual outfit. So they're just kind of made to look like they're working when they're doing nothing in this boudoir prior to the challenge being given. And then we get the whole thing with the meat, which is so funny that we have violencia, which sparks a conversation with Hallo about the meat industry. And then the end of the episode, the challenge is, let's make them eat a bunch of raw meat. I mean, that's like, read the room. Read the room a little bit. I just found that very funny. And then they're given the challenge, and these looks are pretty great from the Boulets. Much better than the looks they actually wore in the on the runway, on the stage, because we'll get to those. And then all the girls just start fighting. Everybody just starts fighting. It doesn't make any sense. Like, the queens start fighting with each other, and it doesn't make any sense. The only ones that are, like, not talking are, like, Landon and Hallo, because I guess they have some sense that these arguments don't need to happen, but everyone is fighting about nothing. Kind of about fighting. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add anything to any conversation it had, and it's never resolved. Like, I don't understand why we're seeing this, other than they wanted some sort of clash, but it doesn't happen because, like, doesn't work for, like, top or bottom situations, because the two tops and the two bottoms have no chemistry or no interactions whatsoever. So even, like, TV wise, doesn't make any sense whatsoever why any fights are happening. None. Yeah, Uske says some comments here and there, but she says them about everybody. So it's like, there's no reason for one particular person to feel like, oh, she's being snarky towards them. She does it to everyone because she thinks it's funny. It's yeah. I forget what this. I took a screenshot for everything. Oh, and then they started talking about money, and I'm like, I don't have any interest in, like, I appreciate knowing what it is, but I don't have a opinion on someone spending more money on a garment than someone else. It is what it is. Let's just move on. Okay, so these outfits. The headpiece is great. The drama about it is great. I love the jewelry. I hate these dresses so much. I hate them. They somehow show too much and also is covering too much. It's like it's encompassing but also is exposing. I don't understand how they managed it, because I do not like these outfits. I really don't like them. It's too much to be like a peekaboo, but it's also like really just, it's not the best. It's not the best. And then we have a bigger problem that I think is going to be the overarching thing of this entire series, and it's way more noticeable once the fog disappears. Their outfits disappear because it's black on black on black on black. It's hard to see exactly what's going on once the fog disappears. And I'm like, can we get like a purple backdrop? Like there's red there, but the red kind of disappears during the floor show. And sometimes they add a purple light, but sometimes the purple light drowns out what the actual colors the contestants are wearing. So it's just not. I think they just need to redo this entire stage, because it's not really working for the best showcase of these outfits overall. But we can start with the monsters. So the challenge is vampire. It's very straightforward. You can have a lot of different interpretations of it. Madeline Hatter. I love Madeline's blood-soaked hair. That's what I'm trying to say. And one thing that Madeline does is, I'm gonna go further. Her expressions are so good. They are so good. And like that's what really draws her in on stage, is like we never hear her cackle, but you can see it. You can see like what she does. I do like this like tattered, just completely decrepit undergarment that is so like rotted that she can just rip it apart with ease, which is really important for this burlesque. Oh, it's also a burlesque performance. That's important. That's half the challenge. And then another part of the challenge that Madeline forgot is the fan. How do you forget a fan on Dragula? This happened before. This happened last season with a different contestant, and it pretty much cost them the win. They had a very good chance of winning. I think that was the episode. I think it was James, if I remember correctly. It was the episode where Abora was in the top and the bottom. And I think if James had kept the fan, that would have stopped that travesty from happening. How do you forget a fan? And then she got upset. She was like, I'm going to be in the bottom because of a fucking fan. It's like, no, it's not because of a fucking fan. It's because you forgot a third of the challenge. You didn't showcase a third of the challenge. It's a fan. It's not the hardest thing to showcase. Every drag performer in the world has had to show off a fan at one point. Not had to, but has wanted to, because fans are eye drawers. Drawers is so I didn't understand that, and I couldn't get over it. I prefer that they weren't in the bottom for it, but still, like, they easily could have been, and I couldn't have blamed them. But overall, I really did like this performance, but you forgot a third of the challenge, and it was the easiest part to showcase. Like, at least everyone else got it somewhat right with that. Next is Maxi Glamour. I don't despise the outfit. I do not understand the face paint, the lack of that matching any other part of her skin. The ears look aquatic, and especially the color also looks aquatic, and it's not reading any sort of vampire. And she also was expressionless her entire performance. It didn't make any sense. They didn't do much in this performance. They took off their clothes, and I like what they're wearing underneath better, which is kind of what you need to do in a reveal. But they didn't do much with it. Their fan was this, like, this is a bad screenshot, was like they added this long flowy fabric to it, and that worked really well when they spun around. But overall, it just wasn't giving me. And then all the reveals, though, while I prefer the outfit underneath, the leather straps and all that, the act of taking off the top layer was really rough. It was rough. Even a glove, it was rough to the point where, is this on purpose? I was wondering if it was on purpose, them having to struggle to do anything, taking off a glove, taking off a jacket, literally having to rip off their pants. I was so confused. And if it was on purpose, it doesn't work, because I want it to be effortless, and it was not. Yeah, but overall, they did do pretty bad. Also, a lot of people were red, and it kind of got confusing since Dragula likes to do a lot of close-ups. Next, we have Land Insider. Land Insider decided to do a mariachi vampire, which is not something I think I've ever seen. So that's a new twist, and it actually works really well. The slick back hair with the widow's peak in a mariachi suit looks really well, and I like it a lot. They did pretty well. They had this trumpet. It's not my favorite fan in the world, but it's a creative use of a fan for the performance. My favorite thing in the entire world are these sombrero pasties. I love these sombrero pasties so much. I like them a lot. One thing I don't think was necessary was this blood splatter, like, choker necklace that they're wearing that we've seen all the time on Dragula. I just don't think it's necessary. I mean, they have the leather strap around the neck, and then they were wearing, like, this bow tie. I don't understand the need for that. And then, of course, they did blood, which is, like, the obvious thing to do, but it's not going to take away from a performance, so I'm okay with just, like, doing the obvious, cover yourself in blood if you're a vampire. It's very obvious, but it's not going to take away from anything. And it was good. It was really good. I don't think they should have won, though. Next up is Priscilla Chambers. And I love this look. I really love this look. But one thing I could not stand, this bat, like, cupping the mouth looked so stupid. I was like, why? Why is this there? And then we see the bead, probably a rosary. We actually I don't think we ever see it come out. It's a cool image, but it's attached to a bat. I like, does it look good or at all? Like this angle makes it look so stupid, and I can't stand it. And I like every other aspect of their performance. It's really good. And my absolute favorite thing about them is these those batwing pasties are good, but these buck teeth fangs, I am obsessed with them. They are so good. And also all the tattoos work really well with this, and they have classic Nosferatu ears. I think they did. I feel like Priscilla did extremely well this week, and I was a little Well, no, I think the top three was the top three, actually. But she was close. She did very well. Next is Hallo Eve. I'm just going to say it right now. Hallo Eve, I believe, should have won. And in my opinion, I truly do not understand. Thank you, YouTube, for telling me my channel was live 20 minutes into the stream. Okay, thank you. I don't understand why she didn't win. I'm starting to wonder if I'm just like a hater, if I'm gonna hate every single time someone wins and just think that they shouldn't have won because they won. But for real, I truly do believe Hallo should have won because they did the best. They did the most. And it like compared to last week, like the staples was the crutch of that outfit. These I'm gonna show them very quickly. These syringes are not a staple. They're an addition. Makes perfect sense. You can find the perfect logic to it of blood. It works really well. And then they just had a really good performance that was filthy and really fun as well. And they were having such a good time. And that is an energy that you need to transfer over to your audience. And also the hair was so big and dramatic. The outfit was great. I really, truly enjoyed everything about it. The one thing I didn't understand was the bulge. They were saying that they were doing this gender fuck thing. I didn't see that. I feel like some of the costuming is the masculine equivalent of that costuming, but a lot of it did feel feminine. So and also I don't just look at a bulge and go gender fuck. I don't look at that, and that does not have an equivalent to me. I feel if they were gonna, say it was gender fuck, I want to see gender fuck. I didn't see that. That's like the one thing. It looks like the bulge was an afterthought just to make it more, but also just to hide the fact that they were going to pull stuff out of their pants. And then bugs and stuff, and then they licked. It was so good. It was good. And also they had the fan that matched the outfit. It's fine. And poor Uske. Oh, Uske. I hated this so much. I hated it. Not every aspect, but most of it. First off, this monochrome thing doesn't work because it all fades into each other. And especially parts of the outfit that are supposed to be prominent. Like the tongue gets completely lost. It's Impy Dip's evolution. That is very true. It gets lost. Like, I didn't understand that the tongue was supposed to be a tongue. It just, everything gets lost. They also barely did a performance. The titty and ass reveal are just, they're stuck underneath that the top layer, and it doesn't look good underneath. If you're going to do these sort of reveals, you need to make sure that they look good before and after, which is not the case for Uske. And also, you barely read vampire. Like, it just was all bad. Also, there were like very little screenshots of her that weren't so close up that it just looked like red fabric just encompassing the entire screen. But yeah, it was bad. And these black and white shots are from the judging panel, because I swear to God, they show more during the judging panel than they show during the floor show. Like, most people's fans that they talked about were during the judging panel and not during the floor show. It's like, this is a big part of your outfit. But yeah, it was so bad all around. It was the worst. And then we have Saint Lucia. I called her Saint Lucia last week. That's just how I read it. I like the accessories. I like the fan a lot. I like the parasol a lot. That dress is not my favorite, but I like the undergarments underneath a lot, but there was no performance here. There was just walking and then taking off clothes, and I don't understand this darker, like, underpart, like, lower half of her. I don't. It didn't read vampire. Like, I don't even think she showcased fangs at any point. So it was all around. Just, it was blah. It was all blah. And then, oh, this is supposed to be the last picture. These are out of order. Next is Dahlia. I love Dahlia's performance. Dahlia was very good. So she comes out first with this vampire burned by the sun. Oh, okay, I see that, but also, why on the other half? No. That doesn't work. It doesn't work if it's just part of the body. And there was also, she didn't perform like she was burned by the sun. So that was an issue. And then, but yeah, Dahlia, I like Dahlia's. Her outfit is like, it reminds me of something like Claudia would wear. It's something Claudia would wear in Interview with the Vampire. So I like that. I like that reference. I'm assuming it's a reference. And then she reveals it to this really sexy stuff underneath. And I don't know what it was about her. I think I wanted the underpart to be more dirty, like the top half was, because it's just, it's just like she has these sunken in eyes. Her mouth is all like smeared. I wanted a bit more of that. It's just a little bit too pristine, even with the hair and the outfit. It just needed a little bit more dirt, and I think it would have worked a little bit more better. And there's something really captivating, like hypnotizing in a vampire kind of way when it comes to Dahlia that I wanted, that I saw and really enjoyed. But she did pretty well. Not the best, but she did well. And then we have Louisiana. This fan was so bad. It was a bad fan. I don't see the bad, what, like, I see it now, but like she talked such a big game. Like, I'm gonna make this fan into a bat. It's like, no, it's not. It looks like it just has like two little sharp things. They imitate your fangs more than they imitate bat ears. And also, I don't think the bat symbol is what you need to be imitating when it comes to this. But what Louisiana excelled in was a performance. Best performance all around. And they just had a really, like, good showcase all around. Problem is, it needed just one point of elevation, maybe a comedic moment, maybe a gross moment. Honestly, like, just put blood somewhere. Like, it could have been that simple. Something so simple as just adding blood at one part of your performance. I think she looked fine of the vampire sort, but just add another signifier of a vampire. She thought the bat would do it. Clearly it didn't. The scythe is super cute, but the scythe is not a signifier of a vampire. Though I do think it's a great prop. And also, I love the color scheme. I especially love this gradient on the fan. That looks great. She could have done so much. She just needs to do one more thing, and I think she had a really good chance. Like, just one more thing. Next, we have Eva. She's wearing this Bram Stoker's Dracula hair from the 92 movie. I love this hair. I've always said this hair looks better on, drag performers than it has ever looked in the movie. Like, in the movie, it looks ridiculous. On drag performers, it's epic as fuck. And I love how it looks. It's kind of like the only signifier of anything going on in her floor show. I love the makeup. A lot of Eva, and as we go through, you're gonna see her look scared and panicked. That was a lot what Eva was doing, and I don't think scared and panicked works for a vampire very well. If you're gonna be a vampire, you have to be the power. Also, this fan is looks like an afterthought. It just looks red with not much added to it. And also fringe. Does anyone associate vampires with fringe? Because I don't. Like, fringe is, if you're gonna put fringe in a time period, it's kind of the Renaissance, and you don't really put fringe and you don't put vampires in the Renaissance. Usually you put vampires in Victorian times. Yeah, so they don't, those two worlds don't tend to mix. So I don't know why she had fringe. I don't know why Uske had fringe. I also think, did Saint Lucia have fringe too? I don't understand this fringe going on. Maybe because of the burlesque, but they're not even wearing like burlesque costumes, at least from what I can tell. Also, there's like an Asian inspired thing with this. It was all around just a clusterfuck. A lot of looking scared. Really just looking scared. I do not understand this performance. And then she takes off the best part of the entire ensemble, which is the hair, and it's just this flat, same color wig underneath, which I don't think is like the worst thing ever, but compared to the one that you already had on, it is. And also, isn't Eva have a shaved head? If she was gonna wear this hair, why didn't she wear it at the exact same hairline, which is literally the back of the head as in the movie? I think that would have been a better decision than having her hair reveal, because it's 2019. Hair reveals are not uncommon anymore. And then she dropped blood on herself. Again, blood doesn't take away from your performance. It may not elevate it that high. It can, but it's at least it's an attempt. It's more than what some people have done. And I believe Eva was the last one. Yeah, so Eva was the last one. We have Landon winning. So he won. I'm happy Landon won a challenge. Like, I'm very excited for Landon, but I really wanted Hallo to win. I wanted Hallo to really take it. I tried to put a pun in there. It didn't work. But yeah, I really wanted Hallo to win. And also, my mom's opinions. We always need my mom's opinions. I realized that my mom's opinions are basically my own. And that's why I am the way I am, and why my opinions are always wrong, because this is the woman that taught me everything in my life. And I basically say everything she says. And we are basically the same person. She had the exact same opinions that I did. She really did it. She wanted Hallo to win. She liked Landon enough, but didn't think he deserved it over Hallo. The political messages were good, though. And that leaves St. Lucia and Uske in the bottom. I don't think there was no one else that can be in the bottom. Like, they tried to scare Madeline, but it was these two in the bottom. And then the extermination challenge. They have to eat raw meat and drink fresh killed blood from a cow. It was fucking gross. And I ate right before. I don't really vomit via visual stuff, but it did churn my stomach. Of course, I did just eat. Like, I sat down to watch the episode with a plate of food, because I'm like, this is my relaxing time. I'm gonna have a good time. This is my show of the week. That was not the best decision, and that was a rookie mistake, and I will be repeating it. I actually don't care that much, but that was a problem. But that was that was it. And then I don't really know any of the real reasons as to why the results were that I didn't see much of a difference between them. Maybe St. Lucia, pushed out a little bit more than she put in. I thought Uske had a constant drip feed of blood coming out of the mouth. So I think it was a pretty close call. And I think most of it came down to how they felt about where they were going further in the competition rather than anything to actually do with this challenge. I did wish at one point someone picked up their glass and did a toast. That was just the one thing I was waiting for. No one did it. I wanted someone to do a toast. I also wanted someone to afterwards lick their fingers as if they just ate KFC or something. I understood that one though. I understood them literally not being able to move after eating what they just ate. But St. Lucia, she gets exterminated. I'm not upset because I wanted Uske to stay, but I did like St. Lucia a lot, and I want to see more of what they could do, and hopefully they would have improved in time of the competition, but it just wasn't. It wasn't the time. It wasn't the time. The extermination, though, it was a little weak. It was a little weak. In the same way that Violencia's was weak. I just wanted a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more camp. I did like the crying statue a lot. The statue that cried blood. Because there's a lot of that around the world of cases where statues cry blood. And I'm pretty sure it's been in vampire media. I don't know what movie, but I'm pretty sure it's been there. And then it just made me wish that Violencia's was also a little bit more themed too. Because just getting hit with a hammer and put in acid is that's a little boring. Like Steak, she's a vampire right now. Of course, the Steak is going to kill her. But yeah, it was what it was. I did like this episode more than the last one though. I think there were better looks. There was just a little bit more oomph to it than the last episode, and I see a better track for this season than I saw based solely on the first episode. So yeah, that was basically all of Dragula. I don't know what the next episode will entail, because what's with the marketing on this season? They're not uploading trailers. They upload trailers for episodes to their YouTube the day the episode comes out. Oh yes, the fake alarm is super annoying. I just took these sorts of things to be this is what's gonna happen, so I just ignore them. Fake alarms are annoying. I don't know why they're in the boudoir most of the time. Yeah, there's just elements of the show that are a bit annoying, but yeah. I can see that. I did like the Shockwork and sci-fi themes. For me, I feel like they're giving themselves, I think they're saying very general themes of a vampire and a witch like that, but they want something, but the Boulets want something more specific. Because if I saw a vampire, I would want to do something like Marceline's bat form. I want to be a creature. That's what I like. That's what I like in horror is creatures. I'm not a slasher person. That scares me because I'm a paranoid motherfucker and I'm constantly thinking someone's out to kill me. So I don't like watching slasher films. I don't like seeing actual people with, just a little bit more strength than the average person kill people, because I'm paranoid. But I know that 100-foot Godzilla creature ain't gonna kill me because it ain't real. I know that werewolf there ain't gonna be a werewolf in my backyard. I just know that. But I want that. That's why Victoria's alien costume from season 2 was so perfect for me, because it was a creature. That's what I want. I want creatures. But I don't think that's what the Boulets want. The Boulets are they want it to be more of a slasher. You know what I mean? I feel like I just started talking and I blacked out for a second, and then I woke up in front of my computer. But yeah. But back to the marketing. The marketing for this show sucks. They're not doing anything. It's like they felt like they already captured the fan base. That's not how it works. Like I rarely see any talk about it. I follow a few like websites via Twitter about horror, you know, about new horror coming out, especially like during this year where I was very excited for scary stories to tell from the scary stories to tell in the dark. I got it caught up with other reboots, but yeah, I don't see this show broadcasted anywhere outside of the drag sphere, and it's like they need to go into the horror sphere, and they're not. They're mainly in the drag sphere, and that's where they're staying. And I just, it could be bigger, it could be better if it was better showcased to the world, but it's really, really not. But yeah, I guess that's it for this time. I think we're done. I'm gonna go, hopefully tomorrow I will have my Banjo-Kazooie Smash video out. I recorded it this morning, but it got a little sad at one point. And I had to record more things for it to, you know, just oomph it a little. And then, yeah, I will have more of my old deleted videos coming out because YouTube hated them for some reason, and now I can upload them again. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully I'll be streaming on Twitch because the Smash and then SNES stuff and all this other stuff came out, so I really want to start playing that again, and hopefully I'll start on Twitch again. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys next week, and yeah, bye guys.